Hello everyone. Today I'm thrilled to share with you a truly special story. It's a journey of three souls to Huyen and a little girl named Maya. This journey is full of emotions, unforgettable moments, and deep significance. In this episode, we follow Huyen as she returns to her hometown to start a new life and face fresh challenges. Amidst all these swirling emotions, Huyen can't help but remember the heartfelt goodbyes from Adam and Dee, the companions who have stood by her side for so long. Adam's farewell brings a deep sense of sadness, a bittersweet feeling, but it is also filled with love and care. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel so you can continue to accompany Huyen on this incredible journey. Each time you turn on notifications, it not only ensures you don't miss out on new videos, but also serves as a huge source of encouragement for Huyen, helping her bring more inspiring, hopeful stories to all of us. Wishing you all a warm and heartfelt viewing experience. In their small home, every corner seemed to be filled with memories, each piece a reminder of times gone by. Huyen and Maya hurriedly folded old clothes, worn fabric that held an entire world within it. As Huyen's fingers brushed over each thread, it felt as though every stitch, every seam, gently embraced memories, moments she could never forget. With every touch, a wave of emotion surged within her, an indescribable feeling that made it hard to let go. Outside, the sound of birds chirped softly, yet there was an undeniable sadness in their song, as if they were reminding her of days that could never return. Maya, with her innocent and curious eyes, looked up at her mother and asked quietly, "Mom, should we visit Uncle Adam?" Huyen paused for a moment, her gaze drifting to the paintings hanging on the wall. Each one seemed to hold a story, a journey that she and Adam had shared together. She whispered softly, "Let's wait for Uncle D to come back, Maya." A whirlwind of thoughts swirled in Huyen's mind. She wondered, if I move in with what will people say? Will they understand? A wave of unease flooded her heart. Day and his ex-wife haven't finalized their divorce yet. What should I do? Maya, unaware of her mother's concerns, brightened up, her face glowing with excitement. "I can't wait to go back to the village with my friends." Huyen smiled softly, though her heart was heavy with emotions she couldn't put into words. She stood up and headed to the kitchen to prepare breakfast for Maya, trying her best to shield her daughter from the sorrow she carried inside. Suddenly the door creaked open. Day had returned, his steps heavy, his face marked with sorrow, as though he carried the weight of the world. Huyen looked at him, concern filling her eyes. "You're back. Did you find anything out?" Day stood still for a moment, his eyes vacant, his voice choking in his throat. "The police still haven't found my car. I think we'll just have to wait." His words weren't just a simple update. They were a heavy silence, like a stone pressing down on Huyen's heart. Each word he spoke lingered, filled with unspoken fear, like tears that had yet to fall, like a mystery that couldn't be uncovered. Huyen stared at him, her heart weighed down, unable to do anything but accept the sorrow that hung in the air. She knew there were things beyond their control, things that could only be awaited, and time wouldn't wait for anyone. Everything felt uncertain, like an unanswered question. Would things turn out the way they hoped, or was everything destined to remain a mystery forever? The narrow road twisted through lush green bamboo groves, the leaves rustling gently in the breeze. The sound of birds singing and the laughter that echoed in the air created a soft melody that lingered in the hearts of those who heard it. Day and Huyen walked side by side each step, carrying a sense of familiarity and warmth. They were nearing Adam's house, the place where they had once shared so many memories, both joyful and sorrowful. It was a home where the past still whispered in every corner. Adam was in the field, tending to his herd of buffaloes, his steps slow and steady, yet filled with quiet patience. Suddenly, he paused, his thoughts drifting to old friends. "It's been a while since I visited Day and Huyen," he mused. A flicker of concern crossed his face as he thought of Tuvi. "I wonder how she's doing. I hope she's okay." He wondered to himself, though no one could answer. As they got closer, the familiar sight of Adam's small house began to appear. The weathered walls stood strong against the passing of time. Huyen glanced at Dee, surprised by how far they had walked. "We're almost at Adam's, huh? This road seems so long," she said. Dee smiled softly, but said nothing, simply continuing the walk with her. As they neared the house, Huyen called out, "Adam, are you home?" From outside, Adam's warm voice answered, "I'm here, just tending to the buffalo, Dee." Maya, with her innocent eyes, saw Adam and greeted him with a smile. "Hello, Uncle Adam." Adam smiled back, gently ruffling her hair. "You're such a good girl." He turned to Day and Huyen, his face lighting up. "It's so great to see you both. Stay for dinner? I'll get it ready." But Huyen gently interrupted. "We actually came by to talk to you, Adam. We're planning to move up north soon, and we wanted to stop by to say goodbye." Adam froze, his eyes dropping, and his voice caught in his throat. "Are you serious?" he asked softly. The air suddenly felt heavy, and for a moment, all were lost in their own thoughts. The weight of change hung in the silence. Adam's voice trembled as he asked, "Is 2V going with you?" Dee looked at Huyen for a long moment, his eyes filled with regret before quietly saying, "2V has already left. She just left a letter behind." Adam's world seemed to collapse in that moment. The pain was overwhelming, as if a piece of his heart had shattered. He realized with a deep sorrow that he might never see 2V again. All the memories they had shared, the stories left untold, the words of love unsaid, those would forever remain a sad chapter in the past. Dee looked at Adam, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Adam. It's because of you that I was able to find Huyen. Though their meeting was brief, it was heavy with memories and emotions." Adam buried his feelings, but his eyes met Day and Huyen's with a silent, heartfelt gratitude that words could not express. Huyen glanced at her watch, then softly said, "It's getting late. We need to head back to pack for the train." Her words felt like the closing of a chapter in their lives, but also the beginning of new journeys, paths each of them must now walk alone. Adam watched them leave, his heart tangled with emotions he could not name. Deep within, he wondered, can I keep going without 2V? How will things change when they're gone? The warm sunlight gently bathed the narrow path, as if it were reaching out to soothe the quiet steps that passed by. Huyen and the two friends who had weathered countless storms together now walked up the hill, seeking a peaceful place to sit, relax, and share the thoughts that had been weighing on their hearts. Huyen gazed into the distance, her eyes heavy with contemplation, before softly speaking. "I've been thinking a lot lately." Her words felt like a confession, carrying a mix of emotions that she struggled to put into words. Diever by her side didn't say a word. Instead, he gently took her hand, holding it tightly, offering comfort, stability, and the quiet promise that he would always be there. "I'll do everything I can to give you and Maya a beautiful life," he assured her. Huyen turned to look Dee in the eye, her gaze filled with worry and uncertainty. "I'm afraid it'll be like before," she whispered. At her words, Dee's expression softened. He tightened his grip on her hand, as if to say that no matter the challenges ahead, he would be there to face them with her. "I'm so happy you've decided to come north with me," he said with warmth. "Together, we'll build a happy life for you and Maya." They sat there silently basking in the warmth of the sun, the quiet breath of nature surrounding them. In that moment, they both understood that no matter how much things changed, they would walk forward together. When they returned to their small home, filled with memories of times long past, Huyen and derested for a while. From a distance, Maya's voice rang out in excitement. "Mom, Uncle Adam's here." Huyen looked up surprised to see Adam standing there, his presence unexpected. Adam approached, holding a small gift, his eyes sincere. "I brought a little something for Maya, and I wanted to see if there's anything I can help with." Huyen's heart stirred with a mix of emotions, nostalgia, and an indescribable sadness. She looked at the house one last time, the place that had held so many shared moments of joy and sorrow. Unbidden tears welled up in her eyes, not out of regret, but because those moments now gone would forever remain in her heart. The house may have been left behind, but Huyen knew that no matter where she went, the memories would follow her. And it was those memories that would give her the strength to move forward on her new journey. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we'll dive into the emotional twists and turns ahead, the stories, the emotions that everyone can relate to, and the decisions Huyen must face will keep you on the edge of your seat.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn, hôm nay mình cảm thấy vô cùng hạnh phúc khi được tiếp tục chia sẻ với các bạn một câu chuyện đặc biệt. Câu chuyện hôm nay là hành trình của ba người để đến cô ấy Maya, một hành trình chứa đầy những cảm xúc, những khoảnh khắc đáng nhớ và đầy ý nghĩa. Trong tập này, chúng ta sẽ cùng đến trong quê hương, nhưng cô sẽ bắt đầu một cuộc sống mới, một hành trình với đầy thử thách và sự cảm xúc đan xen ấy. Mình không thể quên được những lời chia tay đầy xúc động của Adam và Đệ. Người bạn đồng hành đã ở bên cô suốt một quãng đường dài. Lời cảm ơn của Adam và những buồn sâu lắng của sự tiếc nuối và đầy yêu thương. Trong căn nhà nhỏ bé, đứa con nhỏ đều bóng chảy những dấu ấn của một thời đã qua. Người Maya đang vội vã gấp lại một quần áo cũ và mảnh vải đã khuất chứa đựng Hà Nội về nơi riêng. Mình chạm tay vào cái giờ làm cảm giác mỗi người yêu, mỗi cử chỉ đều đã ôm trọn kỷ niệm. Những khoảnh khắc mà cô không thể quên nữa lại chạm vào những người dâng trào một thứ gì đó khó tả trong lòng khiến cô không thể rời xa. Tiếng chim ngoài sân vẫn vang lên nhẹ nhàng như lời u buồn đang nhắc nhở cô về những ngày tháng không thể quay lại.